Welcome to Conscious Co-Creations, straight talk about the mind, body, business, and spirit. And I am so excited today because today I have the wonderful honor to have with me Suzanna Kennedy. And today we're going to be talking about consciousness, connection, environment, and so much more. So welcome, Suzanna. And I have to tell you, she's coming to us from Hawaii. So welcome.
Aloha.
Much aloha and much mahalo too. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. So why don't you share with us a little bit about your consciousness reality for us, because you do a lot of what we call, just actually, I'm not even going to say what it is, because what you do is just so unique and beautiful. So why don't you share with the audience a little bit what you call conscious or crafting. You have your own unique way of consciousness, and I would call consciousness crafting reality, at least for my languaging, which you have a very different languaging for that.
Yeah. Well, I call it reality crafting. And, you know, my sole purpose on the planet is to help to make a graceful transition from one reality to another. So we are transitioning, we're transforming from a reality that is based in separation consciousness and, you know, which has bred fear and lack and limitation and poverty and illness and war and a very big imbalance on the planet, to a reality that is based in unity consciousness. And in that reality we have love, we have unity, all are one, and we have joy and freedom and truth and abundance for all. So what I would call paradise. So we're moving from a 3D kind of reality to a paradise reality, which is actually how Mother Earth was created in the first place. So we're restoring paradise with some very important updates and upgrades to support us where we are now.
And I love that, because you are in paradise. I mean, I lived in Hawaii for 4 years, and I didn't really want to come back to California, and I'm hoping to move back there. And it really is a very unique paradise. I don't think quite people understand what it's like to live. I don't know, it's very unique. I think a lot of people, when you move to Hawaii, think they have this mentality of, I used to get this question all the time, don't you get island fever? And when I lived there, I never thought of, oh my God, I'm on an island. I never woke up in the morning and said, oh my God, I'm stranded on an island. That never was even in my consciousness. It was never even a thought process of mine. And I never even had island fever. It was never even something I even thought of. And I don't understand that consciousness or even that thought process. So for me, like you said, paradise. This is very unique. It's a very beautiful thing. I want to
I
get
live
back
on the island of Kauai.
So explain that. I mean, have you ever, you live there, so have you ever even had that consciousness or that thought process having lived there?
No, I haven't, but you know, I get that question a lot too. People imagine that they might feel it, and I think some people do, but I certainly don't. You know, it's a beautiful, you know, I am living in paradise. I'm on a little organic farm that overlooks the ocean, and you know, just what could be better.
So where I'm going with that question is consciousness and the terminology of paradise. Wouldn't you say that's more of a mindset, that when people have the mindset of I'm living on an island, or as you said, I'm living in paradise, wouldn't you just say that is more of a mindset? In other words, we as beings have the choice to think I'm living in paradise or I'm living on an island. I'm stuck on an island. Would that not be a mindset? In other words, our choice to think I'm either living in paradise or oh my God, I'm living on an island. I'm stuck on an island.
Right. Well, paradise is definitely, it's in your mind, it's in your heart, and you can be in paradise anywhere. I mean, before I lived in here in Kauai, I lived in Sedona, Arizona, which is another place, and I woke up every day saying this is paradise. So yeah, it's in your mind, it's in your heart, and you're going to perceive through the lens of your own consciousness. So you're going to see what's inside projected outside. So what is on the outside is also a mirror for your consciousness, and anything that's playing on the screen of your reality is the film comes from inside you. So that's why I like to support people in being able to change the film, change the script, upgrade the consciousness on the inside so that it really reflects truly who you are, which is a being of love light. And that's who we all are. We're divine beings. We're divine humans. And if that's not the reality that's playing on your screen, then there's something in the consciousness that's projecting something else. And there's a lot in our subconscious that we're not aware of, and that didn't even come from us. So, clearing out and detoxing the subconscious can be really beneficial in that instance.
So let's kind of map out for the audience where we're going. So we're actually talking about your whole program, which is we're talking about reality crafting your paradise. And so we're kind of mapping out here. We're talking about 3 major influences, and we're starting in through your consciousness, and then we're talking about your connection to source, which we're touching upon a little bit now. And then we're also talking about your environment. And I think a lot of people don't understand that our environment, how toxic our environment can be. So can you touch upon a little bit, let's get into a little bit of our environment.
Well, the environment is multi-layered, let's say. So the most intimate environment that your cells are in is your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions. So that's like the closest environment, and that definitely affects what's in your cells, what is in your film, what is in your consciousness that gets projected out into your reality. And then if you expand further, the environment of your body, and are you treating your body as a temple for the love light that you are? And then if you expand out beyond that, you have the home that you live in and the property that you're on, and that's an environment. And then also, of course, the bigger environment of your community and Mother Earth in general. And if we, you mentioned toxicity, if we define toxicity as anything that brings down your life force energy. So we have this wonderful life force energy that animates us, that beautiful love light that we are, that runs through our body. But there are things that we can do, that we can intake or input into our own bodies or our own environment, and then the bigger environment at large, that can bring down the frequency and sort of bring down our own life force energy. So I would call anything that brings down life force energy toxic. And so we've got a lot of that going on, unfortunately, but we all do. And so detoxing our environment as much as we can is really going to be a benefit to our bodies, our health, our well-being, and our reality. So
I think let's get into also some examples. I mean, I always, like, one of the things I'm always telling people about environment, I don't think people even realize, I'm talking about simplest things. I really want to start bringing some applicable tools. I mean, we talk about simplicity of environment. I can't believe I walk in people's cars. I mean, trash on the floor in their cars. Their cars are filthy. People's homes, they throw their clothes, simple things, clothes on the floor. I mean, I look at it as how we treat anything why would the universe want to give us something new if they can't even take care of a simple thing as their car? They can't take care of their clothes with respect. They can't take care of their appliances with respect. They can't take care of, I mean, simple basic things. And so, like you talk about, from our environment, so if they can't take care of that, they aren't even taking care of their bodies. They can't even take care of giving themselves, what are they putting in their bodies? And then you talk about, like, even bigger things, like you said, our environment, our what are we, putting even our soil, our foods that we're putting in our bodies. And when we're talking about, the ripple, I always think of it as like this ripple effect, right? So I really want to start getting into some tools too, as to, so when they walk away from this episode, that they can go, okay, what are some of the tools that I can do? So I want to give them some tools. So can you give them some examples of, so you're talking in really big terms. I want to bring in some tools. Not everyone's going to have the consciousness that you have, or even some of the consciousness that I may have. I want some of the audience that's listening to actually be able to walk away with some of the terms that you're saying or I may saying, going, okay, I heard Suzanna say, global, or some of the environment, the earth terms. What are some things they can walk away with that when they hear you, that they go, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So, well, the choices that people are making, and the examples that you give, come from their subconscious, because they're just behaving in unconscious ways. They're not present. They're busy. They're moving around like automatic robots. They're under stress. So there's a lot of different reasons that people behave in this way, but most of it gets down to their subconscious programming and what is in there. So the tools that I use for detoxing the subconscious, because everything comes from, actually all of this subconscious programming comes from our early childhood, and it's all imprinted then, and we just repeat it over the years, and it, different faces, different places, but it just gets repeated over and over again. So to detox these subconscious programs, you need to go into where the subconscious programs are, which is in our cells, in our DNA, in the core of us, and shift it at that point. And the tool that I use for that is the emotional mental detox program that I developed. And it takes you systematically, step by step, through your consciousness. And it works with the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the superconscious mind. It works with the emotions, it works with the body, it works with the mind, all at the same time. So it really does a super detox of your consciousness. And then what I see happen where after people do that is they actually, now that they're so nice and purified on the inside, and they look out into their environment, and the environment doesn't match that level of purity that's on the inside, then they feel this discomfort in a good way, because it motivates them to start cleaning up. And they will start to clean, their house, their body. They start to take care of their self better, and from that, this motivation to make the outside match the inside, they are motivated and given the energy and the inspiration to clear it all up. And it keeps kind of expanding, like you said, like a ripple effect, so that they clear up their body, and then they clean up the house, and then the yard, and then then they're joining groups and trying to clean up the planet.
Now, what are some of the recommendations, or what are some of the clients saying to you after they actually do some of these programs?
Oh, they're saying things like, I feel a deep level of peace. because all of the chatter goes away, and all of the things that we say we have to do, and the busyness of the mind settles down. So there's the deep inner peace. The other thing that they say a lot is, I don't feel triggered anymore. All those things that used to trigger me, and I used to get upset, and I triggered these automatic responses, I'm not doing any of that anymore. And I'm able to be present in the moment and make conscious choices rather than acting from automatic default.
So the automatic reaction, in other words. In other words, when people have the automatic reaction, they don't know why they're reacting. That kind of triggering, the automatic reaction, they have no idea why. That space, right?
Well, it's the what we people are now. It's really in the common language now. I feel triggered. Somebody says something and it triggers me into anger or fear or guilt or judgment, and then I have this automatic response that I do when that gets triggered, and I don't seem to have any control over it. It just happens, and it happens so fast, and it's over with before I have a chance to make a conscious choice. And that comes from the subconscious. It came from the early years of your life, the first 7 years, when you were creating this whole complex of self-identity and self-programming. And so those triggers, because we clear the subconscious programming, the triggers go away. So then somebody can come along and say the same thing that used to upset you, and you just smile and you don't respond in that way, and you have the opportunity to make a conscious choice and have a conscious response. So it gives you responsibility, the ability to respond consciously in the present moment.
Well, I want to let everyone know that we are on intentionradio.com, and Intention Radio is an amazing place of, think about, we're talking about some amazing conscious conversations here, and that it takes intention, having intentions in your life. And so there's amazing hosts here on this channel, and I really want you to take the time to go check out intentionradio.com. There's just some amazing people on this channel. Also, do take time to check out intentioncall.com, a group of people that take the time to intend about world issues. So please take the time to check out intentioncall.com. I'm here with Suzanna Kennedy. She has some amazing information for you to process, to learn about. Reality crafting is just amazing information. Learn about consciousness, learn about connection to source. So please welcome back Suzanna Kennedy. We're just really having some wonderful conversation here. I'm really excited to have, we've known each other for a really long time, and I'm just really excited to finally have some really good conversation with her about consciousness and just some really deep conversation here. So please welcome back Suzanna Kennedy.
Aloha.
Aloha. So I want to get into the next layer. We're now getting into the next layer of your program, and that is a little bit deeper, because now we're talking about divine human upgrades. So please explore this with us. What is divine human upgrades?
Oh,
that sounds pretty yummy.
My heart work. Well, everybody is divine human. We're all divine humans. And because we are this sacred union of the divine, of higher universal intelligence, in sacred union with a body on this planet, so the sacred union of divinity and matter, and we bless our Mother Earth for providing the elements for this body. So we are all that. but there are varying degrees to which people remember that, and there are varying degrees to which people express that. And again, it goes back to, your consciousness, and when you do an emotional mental detox, you can let go of everything that isn't you. So then you are open and you have the room and the frequency to start receiving more of your own divinity into your body. And it comes in kind of in stages as you raise your frequency. So as you let go of what's not you, and you let go of all that toxicity, everything that we said, brings down your life force, you get to a place where you're back to innocence, you're back to square one, you're back to an open canvas, and you've raised your frequency enough that your higher self, your divinity, can start to it will match your body, and it can start to come in and fully express through you. So that's when you get to be your true self, and then you get in touch with who you really are, and you start to express that and why you really came here. Because we all had a reason for being here, especially at this time on the planet, a very exciting time, and we all came through. And even though there's 7.5 billion people on the planet, there's a billion times that more souls out there that didn't get to come, and the ones that are coming for a specific purpose to support this transition in reality that we're going through. So you each have special, unique, beautiful gifts that are part of the program, part of the whole divine plan, and we need you to be who you are and do what you came here to do. So the Divine Human Upgrade Program is a series of guided meditations, and that's mostly what the form I put my work into, because it's easy for people to access. It's easy to just listen to a guided meditation and just be really guided through your own inner journey, your own upgrades, your own initiations. So the Divine Human Upgrade Program has 12 sessions, and each guided meditation takes you into another place within yourself and allows you to download and kind of reconfigure yourself so that your divinity can live in your body. So again, it's very multidimensional work, and we're working with the physical body and the emotional body and the mental body and the spiritual body and your energy system. And our bodies are actually going through a big transformation now, and we're it's amazing what we're going through. And so this program helps people to consciously be involved in those changes that are going on and open to them, to be conscious of them. And when you're conscious of what's going on, it's a much more graceful process. And it's also giving you the guidance and the support, step by step by step, how to move through this transition that we're going to, so that you are fully embodying your divinity and then being able to contribute your unique gifts to the world.
Now, could you give out, like, is there, I don't know, maybe possibly like a little example or something, I don't know, maybe some wording, or, you know what I'm saying, you're kind of saying what a little bit of what it is. There's any way like you can kind of, I don't know, maybe some wording or a little example, do you know what I mean? I'm looking for something, a little example or something where they can feel a little bit of what that is. Do you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, something, a little nugget of some kind, so they can, so like if they purchased it, if they purchased the program, they would get an essence, or I don't know, if there's maybe when I put up the post, there's maybe like one track or something they can listen to of some kind, just so they can get kind of some sort of textual feel, or you know what I'm saying? Some
Right.
sort of feel for what it is.
Yeah. Well, what I like to do, how much time do I have for that?
Oh, you have time. You have time. We have. I mean, this is a longer episode. My other shows are 30 to 35 minutes. This particular episode is 55 minutes, so we have some time.
Okay, well, I could do the triple flame activation, and it would take about maybe 10 minutes. Is
Okay,
that okay?
perfect.
All right. So the triple flame is it's divine love, divine wisdom, and divine power in a beautiful synergistic blend. And the triple flame activation activates this energy within you, but it also purifies your energy field. So it's a real powerful activation. So I'm happy to share it with you.
Perfect.
So if you close your eyes and put your, get your spine straight and your feet flat on the floor, and start taking some full deep breaths. And as you're taking these full deep breaths, imagine that you're breathing in through the top of your head and out through the base of your spine. And as you breathe in through the top of your head, imagine that there's a beautiful white beam of light coming from the sun. And just open and allow it and breathe it through your body, breathe it out the base of your spine. And just allow it to go deep into the center of the earth. And Mother Earth feels this beautiful love to it. She anchors it in her heart. And she responds by sending up her own beautiful love light up through the earth, entering the base of your spine. Breathe it all the way up and let it go back to the sun. So two beams of light, anchored in the sun, anchored in the center of Mother Earth as they pass through you, dancing together, merging together, expanding outward in all directions, filling up your body, filling up your energy field, filling up the room that you're in, so that you're sitting in a pillar of light. And going in, taking your attention into your heart space. And in that place, let's connect with the highest aspect of you, your I am consciousness. This is you as you first emerged from the source of all that is. The I am. So repeat this after me. This is the I am invocation for alignment. I am all that is.
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 I am divine light.
I am divine light.
I am divine love.
I am divine love.
I am divine wisdom.
I am divine wisdom.
I am divine power.
I am divine power.
I am divine grace.
I am divine grace.
I am divine peace.
I am divine peace.
I am divine truth.
I am divine truth.
I am the being of synthesis and fusion.
I am the divine being of synthesis and peace.
I am that I am.
I am, what did you say? I am divine. Wait.
I am that I am.
I am that I am.
Good. So just breathe with that for a moment and feel the alignment with your I am presence. Now, when you are aligned with your I am, you are in the most powerful creational vortex that you can be in. So it's a very powerful place to be in. And from that place, whatever intentions that you make must be obeyed, because this is your source of creation for your experience, for your reality. And it is in co-creation with Source, and I am Source. So from that place, and just still in your heart, we're going to activate the triple flame. So repeat this. Activate, activate, activate the triple flame. And the triple flame is a pink, beautiful pink flame of divine love, a yellow flame of divine wisdom, and a blue flame of divine power, also known as divine will, divine intent. So you see these three little flames burning in your heart, and now we're going to give another command. Purify, purify, purify my energy field. And those flames start swirling around in a spiral, and they kind of create a sort of a beautiful pastel tornado. And it's going to spin in your heart area. And what it'll do is anything that vibrates at a frequency slower or less than this triple flame energy, it's going to cause that lower vibrating energy to speed up. And it's going to speed up until it reaches the same speed and frequency as the triple flame. So that transforms the lower frequencies into triple flame. So we just allow that tornado to do its job, and now it's expanding. It's getting taller, and it includes your throat area, and it goes down to your solar plexus area, and it's going to transmute and transform anything in that area to the triple flame. So just breathe with this. Just breathe deeply and let the triple flame, it's doing its job. It knows what to do. It has its own intelligence. And so all you need to do is just continue to take deep breaths. And it's expanding again, getting taller, and now it's reaching all the way up to your third eye and down to your second chakra in your sacral area, in your pelvic area. Transmuting anything that vibrates lower than divine love, divine wisdom, and divine power. And it's being transformed into that. And it's expanding again to the top of your head, all the way to the base of your spine. And it's expanding again, going above your head and below your spine, below your feet, below the ground, and expanding outward now also. And it's going to fill your whole reality bubble. Our reality is projected in a sphere around us. So it's going to just let it fill up that sphere. And we're going to give another command now. And that is purify, purify, purify my meridian pathways. And the meridian pathways are those pathways that move between the different energy centers in your body, and they carry life force energy throughout your body. And so when they're blocked or clogged or otherwise blocked off, the life force energy can't get to all the places in your body, and then eventually that could cause disease or attract injury. So we're clearing the meridian pathways. So you might feel this in your body, tingling. Some people feel warm, some people feel cold, tingling. There's twitches sometimes, and the energy tries to push through some place where it's been blocked. It can temporarily make you feel maybe an old injury or remind you of an old illness. That just means the energy is pushing through, and it's getting into where it hasn't been able to get to before. Okay, so we're just going to, that's going to continue, and let's do one more command. No, maybe we'll do two more. One is continue purification until completion. And so it'll just keep going until it's complete for what you can purify right now. And then another command, which is recalibrate, align, balance, and harmonize for graceful integration. And I'll say that one more time. You can repeat it. Recalibrate, align, balance, and harmonize for graceful integration. Good. So that's the triple flame activation. Now we want to bring your full consciousness, your full awareness now back into your body and really ground it in your body. Be aware. Fill your body with your awareness. Be totally present, awake, aware, refreshed, and grounded. And that is the triple flame activation in its very abbreviated form. I have a recorded version that's about 40 minutes long that goes more in depth. I
just wanted to give them a taste, so you know that they have, it's. I think just having a taste, a tactile sensation, it just gives people a feeling, so that they, I don't know. I always feel that really helps people. So thank you so much for that. That was really beautiful. It felt very yummy. Felt really good. And so, yeah. And also, since this is a podcast, where can people find you? Because yes, it's on video, and yes, your lower third is there. However, since this is also a podcast, can you please let people know where they can find you?
Realitycrafting.com. So the words reality and crafting together, no space in between, .com.
So we have been on Intention Radio, and we've been talking to the lovely Suzanna Kennedy. And as she said, you can find her on realitycrafting.com. And it's just been amazing, and we're going to continue the rest of the time that we have on intentionradio.com. We will be talking with Suzanna Kennedy. You've been with me, your host. You can find me at carlyalyssa.thorne.com. Please make sure to check out intentionradio.com. There's some amazing hosts on there. Also be sure to check out intentioncall.com. Intention Call is just an amazing place to go check out some amazing people. They do have intentions about amazing issues, global issues. They pick a different intention every week. It's just an amazing group of people. And like I said, the rest of this show, we're going to be talking more with Suzanna Kennedy. And I think the rest of the show, we're going to be talking about the next phase, which is upgrade your environment with the Paradise Codes. So we're going to welcome back Suzanna Kennedy, and we're going to continue out the rest of the show with the Paradise Codes. So welcome back, Suzanna Kennedy.
Thank you. Aloha.
Aloha back. So let's talk about the Paradise Codes.
So the Paradise Codes are the codes for Mother Earth as she was first created as a paradise reality. So long ago, before she fell into this third density that we've been experiencing for many millennium, she was in a paradise reality. And I think all major cultures have stories about Earth as paradise or the Garden of Eden, and then something happening, and we fell into what we're in now. So these codes are, well, anything that has form is a combination of raw energy, raw love energy, and the instruction codes that tell it how to take shape, how to take form. So everything has codes. For the humans, you know, we call it DNA. So that's our codes. So for Earth, we call, in the version that it's paradise, we call it the Paradise Codes. And I happen to have worked on the council to upgrade and restore the codes to Mother Earth, and also to create a bridge for the transition from the third dimensional reality to the paradise reality. So I am able to transmit the codes into Mother Earth. Now, I was originally asked to take the paradise codes to all the power spots on the world, on the grid, on the Earth grid, because when you put the Paradise Codes, or any other codes for that matter, into the power spot, that radiates out. The Earth, you know, it's like you program that power spot, and it radiates out into the planet, and it goes, you know, a long way. And what I found when I started to do that was that a lot of the power spots, most of the power spots, had been kind of hijacked in a way. These are places where there have been temples, churches, cathedrals, government buildings, corporate headquarters have been built over these spots. So obviously, whoever chose these spots knew about the power spots in the Earth, and that whatever you place there is going to get empowered by the Earth energy. So their agendas have been empowered by the Earth energy in this third dimensional reality. So replacing those codes that were intentionally put there for their own agenda with the paradise codes starts to, then the paradise frequency, the paradise consciousness can expand out, and the Earth energy coming from those places amplifies it and sends it out. Now, after I started doing this and people started finding out about it and wanting to participate, I was also asked to do the paradise codes for private property. And originally I thought, well, you know, if we're putting it in the power spots, why would we need it on private property? And what I was told was that because people have this concept of private property, they create a separation. And when you say, this is my property and these are my boundaries, you actually create an energetic consciousness that holds that boundary together and keeps it. So some people refer to that as the diva of the property. And they will hold that separation until or unless it's released. So bringing the paradise codes to private property allows those private properties to align and embrace and benefit from the frequencies of paradise. And what the paradise codes have done, you know, in a real practical manner, is it raises the frequency. It neutralizes all the third-dimensional energies. All that toxicity, it just neutralizes it completely and then replaces it with the paradise frequencies and codes. And what we've seen is that nature really responds incredibly to this. It's like the nature spirits who have been maybe sleeping or kind of dormant because we don't have this co-creative relationship that we used to have. And so they've kind of gone dormant, or they are under the direction of some other agenda, and they are so happy to be freed and awakened and really excited to work with us and co-create with us as many, you know, Aboriginal cultures used to do. And that we need to get back to this conscious co-creation with Mother Earth. We are her stewards. We are her helpers. We are meant to be consciously and co-creative with her. And so it restores the nature and the animals. It neutralizes toxic energies of all kinds of different energies. It clears out the astral plane, so any discarnate entities that might be attached to it, if it was a place where there had been war or battle or, you know, any kind of violence has happened any time in history on that place, that is all cleared. Any souls are sent to their next evolutionary place. And the paradise codes within them have this frequency of unity. So it creates harmony and unity with everybody, between the humans, but also between the humans and the animals and the plants. It's a very multidimensional interspecies kind of harmony and peace that gets installed into that place. And I have my own radio show on World Puja that's called Reality Crafting with Suzanna. And on that show, we, as a group, I have, you know, thousands and thousands of people listening at one time, and we go together. I guide people. It's kind of a guided light body adventure, and we go to different places and deliver the paradise codes. And what we've been doing lately is not just places, but picking things like, well, one time we went to all the agrochemical companies, the top 10, and we delivered the paradise codes to their world headquarters so that the people who work there can be to start to align with paradise and paradise consciousness and unity consciousness and unity thinking, so that over time they will align with paradise, and that will start to be reflected in their choices. We took it to the Vatican last fall, and very shortly after that we had the resignation of the Pope, who, you know, wasn't aligned with the paradise frequencies and the paradise consciousness. We've taken it to the energy companies, the oil companies, we've taken it to the pharmaceutical companies, to the medical, the whole healthcare industry, on and on. This is the way that we are using the paradise codes to co-create together to raise the consciousness.
You realize what station you're on right now, right? It's called Conscious Co-Creations.
Yes.
Right now. all my shows have, one of my other shows is called Conscious. My business show also has the word collaborations in it. I've had, all my terminologies, by the way, are trilogies. Everything I do has 3 words in it. I've had trilogies forever and eons. I've always done trilogies, and I've always had the terminologies of conscious co-creations in one way or another. And my eons ago, I've used those types of phrases because I've always gotten really clearly how important, you know, the conscious. And someone actually got on me saying, "Who are you? How dare you use that terminology? Who gave you the right to have the terminology of conscious co-creations? You're not God." I was like, they were like,
Oh, really?
you don't have the trademark on that word. It was kind of funny, but anyways. Actually, our time actually is yeah. I don't want us to run over because I want them to get every word that you're saying. So yeah, I'm really actually finally happy that we finally got back on track here and getting a chance to actually really talk to you and get all this information for everybody. So I'm really delighted that we finally got a chance to have the conversation. So yeah, thank you so much for reaching out and exploring with me and playing with me and getting a chance to have this wonderful information for everyone. You've actually been talking to Suzanna Kennedy, and she's been exploring with us about reality crafting, and I'm actually going to come on and listen to your conversation and get a chance to come and listen and come explore and play with you guys and delivering the Paradise Coves. That would be so much fun. And please let everyone know again where they can find you.
realitycrafting.com.
Yay! And we've been exploring about consciousness and connection to source and the environment, and we've been actually talking about emotional, mental detoxing and divine human upgrades and paradise codes. The paradise codes are, I can't wait to explore more of the paradise codes. And just thank you so much, Suzanna. It's been wonderful spending this hour with you, and you've been on intentionradio.com. And you've been with me, your host, and you can reach me at carlylyssathorne.com. And everyone, as you know, I'm going to put together a whole page with all of Suzanna's information. I love your feedback, so please leave some. And for tonight, I leave you. However, I really look forward to spending some more time with you next week. So for tonight, I really wish everyone wonderful blessings, and I look forward to next week. So for tonight, good night. And Suzanna, thank you so much. Mahalo and aloha to everybody in Hawaii. I look forward to seeing you guys again. Good night, everyone.